The call came in at exactly the 17 a.m. A frightened voice whispered into the phone, barely audible. "I think someone is inside my house." The dispatcher tried to keep the caller calm. "What's your name?" There was a pause. Then the line went dead when police traced the call. It led them to a quiet suburban home owned by 34-year-old Marcus Hale. But when officers arrived, the front door was locked. The windows were shut. There were no signs of forced entry, and inside the house, Marcus was alone, dead in his living room. Marcus Hale wasn't the kind of man who made enemies. He worked remotely as a cybersecurity consultant, quiet, private. Neighbors described him as polite but distant. He kept to himself. No criminal record. No recent disputes. No history of violence. But the strange thing wasn't how he died. It was how he was found. Marcus was sitting upright on his couch. The television was on. A security camera feed was playing on the screen. And on that screen was footage of his own living room from earlier that night. In the video, Marcus was seen pacing nervously, looking over his shoulder, checking doors, checking windows. Then he froze, because behind him, a shadow moved. But when police reviewed the actual security system files, there was no shadow. No intruder, nothing. Investigators ruled the cause of death as cardiac arrest. No injuries. No struggle. No toxins. It looked like he had simply died of fear. But fear of what? The 911 call made it clear Marcus believed someone was inside. Police searched the entire house. No fingerprints, no footprints, no broken locks. However, in Marcus's home office, they discovered something strange. His laptop was open. On the screen was a message. "Stop digging." That message hadn't been typed. It had appeared in a command window, like someone remotely accessed his system. Remember, Marcus worked in cybersecurity. If anyone knew how to protect their computer, it was him. So how did someone get in? As detectives dug into Marcus's recent work, they learned he had been investigating a major data breach involving a private tech contractor. Millions of users' personal data had been leaked online, but Marcus believed the breach wasn't an accident. He had told a colleague days before his death. This wasn't a hack, it was internal. Someone sold the data. He had evidence, or at least he thought he did, 3 days before he died. Marcus had sent an encrypted email to an unknown address. The contents were wiped from his system, almost like someone didn't want it found. But here's where the case becomes disturbing. Marcus's smart home system logs showed that at 12 a.m., 5 minutes before the 911 call, his bedroom door sensor was triggered. It opened, then closed. Police tested it repeatedly. It was working properly. Someone or something opened that door. But Marcus lived alone. There were no hidden entrances. No attic access. No basement tunnels, nothing. Then investigators noticed something subtle. Marcus's phone was missing. Not lost, not destroyed, gone. His cloud backups had been erased at 20 a.m., just minutes after the call. Whoever accessed his systems knew exactly what they were doing. Weeks later, a journalist received an anonymous package. Inside was a flash drive. On it was a video file. The footage showed Marcus sitting at his desk days before his death. He looked exhausted. He looked afraid. "If anything happens to me," he said into the camera, "it wasn't natural." He explained that while tracing the data breach. He discovered a hidden server routing sensitive personal information, names, addresses, private records to offshore accounts. High-profile names were connected, powerful names. He said he started receiving strange notifications, cameras turning on by themselves, microphones activating. He believed he was being watched. Then the video cut off abruptly. The file ended mid-sentence. Police reopened the investigation. But officially, Marcus Hale's death remains classified as natural causes. No suspects, no arrests, no public evidence of foul play. The tech contractor denied all allegations. The data breach was quietly settled, and the story disappeared from headlines within a month. But online forums still talk about it. People who reviewed the 911 audio claim something chilling. Hackers say if you turn the volume up and remove the static, you can hear a second voice in the background. Not loud, not clear, but there, right before the call ends, almost like someone whispering near Marcus. The official report says it was interference. Just static, but some believe Marcus wasn't alone that night, and if someone truly accessed his home, erased his phone, wiped his cloud backups, and manipulated his system, then whoever did it had resources far beyond an ordinary criminal. Maybe Marcus died of fear, or maybe fear was exactly the weapon used against him. Because sometimes, you don't need to break into someone's house to destroy them. You just need to make them believe you're already inside.